So the new Tomb Raider game may have lesbian romance in it. And my problem with this isn't the romance itself, but is that is the first news that comes out about this game. We don't know anything about the villain. We don't know anything about new gameplay elements. We don't know about the new engine that the game may be using. No, none of that is important, but it has lesbian romance. That is their best foot forward. Like, that is their contribution to the writing. They're incredibly proud of it, because no one has done that before, Bayonetta. And they are willing to show you just how much the game has evolved. And I think this is the targeted audience, right here. Now, if you go through the comment section, it's filled with these individuals who are like, came to see all the woke complaints because intolerant egos are hurt. Snowflakes upset over romance in game. You know what I don't see, though? People actually being upset. And I looked on the Twitter, I looked on the Facebook, I looked everywhere, high and low. I have trolled all of the internet forums. I can't see any person that has a problem with this. Probably there's people that look at my video and they're going to be like, oh my god, V has a problem with this. No, I do have a problem, though, with this type of marketing. Okay, so having lesbian characters in game is fine. I mean, Mass Effect did it, Bayonetta did it, there's just so many other examples. You can see it in anime. The only problem is the Disney way of marketing that I have an issue. So the Disney way of marketing is you announce that, oh, this game is going to have some progressive elements to it. And then when anyone complains, it's like, well, I don't like this game because the graphics, because the story, because... we know why you don't like it. It's because you're homophobic. So your opinion doesn't matter. Hey, all you other guys, right? You're not homophobic, are you? You're not. Yeah, but if you're not, you need to prove it. You need to spend money on the game. You need to buy the game to prove that you are a decent person. Right? That's the Disney way of marketing. And the problem is, I prefer the marketing where they come with their best foot forward by showing a good storyline, by showing amazing gameplay concepts, by innovating, by showing to me why exactly should I give them my hard-earned money over this game. I'm also a little bit concerned, not gonna lie. I know that Americans do not know how to write good romance anymore. Like, I don't remember the last game which actually had some decent romance. Mass Effect with Tali Zora Vas Normandy was probably the last one. Oh, no, actually Pathfinder. But that's not made by Americans, is it? Right? With Aurelia Shal, the succubus. Like, that was a very good written romance. But other than that, like, I don't think they are capable of writing something. So it's just in there to accomplish the Disney marketing strategy. That's my concern. Now, they also don't understand Tomb Raider. Like, you need to understand demographics. You need to understand marketing. Something that, again, the condescending people from California that think they understand everything there is to know about the world do not grasp. Like, video games aren't for everybody, just like books aren't for everybody. For example, books about knitting are for people that are passionate about knitting. Sports magazines are for people that are passionate about sports. And all of these things have demographics. Like in the case of Tomb Raider, the main targeted audience, the main demographic are teenage boys. The more I grow older, the least likely I am interested in Tomb Raider, and I get other interests. Like, for example, now I'm more interested in strategy games. When I was a teenager, I wasn't interested in them as much. Like, preferences change as you age, right? So, when it comes to Tomb Raider, just like Bayonetta, the targeted audience are teenage boys. What do teenage boys like? They like sex and violence. So, you need to give them that. You need to give them that and you make money. It's very simple. It's not complicated. It's very simple. Like, please your audience and they give you cash. And with the cash, you can pay your developers, you can pay the diversity lady, you can pay all of the people that work at your company. And I don't know if they're going to do it. Because, like, the whole thing with Lara Croft was that she was single so that the gamer can envision himself by being with her. It's the same tactic that all e-girls on Twitch use. Did you notice how 90% of the e-girls on Twitch are single? Or if they have a relationship, they never talk about it? Why do you think that is? Because they figured it out, okay? Like, even the e-girls on Twitch are smarter than your average educated California game developer. They understand the human experience far better than someone that goes to a California university and studies stuff. So, that is why Lara Croft was always single. Now, making her with a girlfriend, that still works, by the way. Because the male gamer is going to look at that and is going to go like, me gusta. You know, all the things that you're not supposed to do. I know. It's not very progressive. Very reactionary. Very, very reactionary. Yeah. So, it can work, right? My concern with the game is that it has co-op. I don't know. I feel that co-op ruins immersion. I don't think that there are many games with co-op that are as good as a single-player experience. Like, for example, the first Tomb Raider that they did, the remake, the survival one, I think is the best Tomb Raider of the entire series because Lara actually acts like a human being. Like, she is shipwrecked on an island. She is scared. She is terrified. The moment she has to kill another person in order to save her life, she experiences guilt, emotions over it. The facial features of the character show that she is afraid. And then as the game progresses, she gains more courage. She becomes more capable. So by the end of the game, she turns into the Lara Croft we know. I think that is a very good hero's journey. The other characters around her, they treat her as if she is a woman, which is an important aspect. Like, why would you have a female character if they're just like a replacement for a guy? I mean, with the other Tomb Raider games, you can just put Geralt in them and it would be absolutely no difference. Like, no one is catcalling you, no one is hitting on you, no one is flirting with you, no one is pointing out that you're... It doesn't matter, okay? Replace Lara with a guy in any of the other games and the game is the same. You can't do that in the first game because there's even a supporting character which falls in love with you and does something stupid in order to try to impress you. And I really loved that story arc. It was really great. But it doesn't exist in the other games, which fell under heavy criticism from the video game journalists from California, which, as I mentioned before, have absolutely no understanding of the human experience. And they do not know what makes things great. People with understanding of the human experience right now reside in the island of Japan. Like, Japanese games are still great. Bayonetta, the new one, is coming out, and it's probably going to be a very popular game, much to the dismay of the people from the West. Like we see with Elden Ring. Again, like, all of the Ubisoft developers were dismayed. It's like, but it did everything wrong. It did everything that goes against everything we were taught at the university, and yet it sold. Like, how is this magic? Let me know what you guys think, and if you like this channel, there's a tip jar in the pinned comment. Please consider contributing, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.